In 2006 in South Carolina, two unlikely animal friends met by chance.
To me, they seem like long-lost friends. You know, they would make you believe in reincarnation.
Now the two friends, Saria and Roscoe, are residents of a unique animal park run by Bhagwan Doc Andal.
Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon. Ready?
The facility here is made to give people this up-close, uncaged, unique experience to try and get them to understand and appreciate animals in a personal, one-on-one way.
Now, these guys are what we call opportunistic omnivores.
Give them a hug. Yeah, this isn't a hobby for us. We eat, sleep, and breathe the training of our animals 24/7.
At the park, alongside all the other exotic animals, is a family of great apes that are a source of pride for Doc Andal.
You're good. No.
Thank you for kisses. Thank you. Yeah.
We have a large family of orangutan that live here in the United States. We have 4 young orangutan that age from 7 down to 1-year-old right now.
The animals trained at the park form strong bonds with each other and with people. None of these bonds are stronger than the one between the orangutans and handler and substitute mother, Moksha Baby.
They call me Monkey Mama. I hang out with, live with 4 baby orangutans. They sleep in my bed every night. Give them a bath, brush their teeth, floss their teeth. Have to do their nails once a week.
The youngest is just 1 year old.
This little guy is Rishi, and he is our youngest, a 1-year-old male orangutan, and he is by far everyone's favorite. Those 3 baby orangutans love him. They carry him around. They want to sleep with him. They love you, huh?
As adorable as Rishi is, it is 6-year-old Saria who has become the center of attention.
Surya is 6 years old. He was born at our facility. He hung out with his mama until it was time for him to start eating solid foods. And she wasn't that willing to give up her solid foods. And he's come and lived with me every night since. Reach for the sky. Put your hands up, farm it. Steady. Bang. Surya is much more willing to do new things than any of the other primates. He swims with us, which we don't know of any other primate in the world, any other great ape in the world that swims.
You got it!
Go, go, go. Good boy. You're doing the Bornean crawl.
We saw how much he enjoyed the bath, and we decided to put a life vest on him in the bathtub. And you could see he suddenly was very powerful. He could float, and he figured the whole thing out.
And on one special day, Saria met up with a friend like no other he had met before. In 2006, Saria, an orangutan at the animal park in South Carolina, met a very unlikely friend by chance.
We had this great adventure happen one day, which happens every day in a sense, in that I take the elephant out for a ride. Often, the orangutan accompanies me. Surya the orangutan loves to get up on the elephant and go through the forest and play around out there.
Their daily walk takes them through a nearby neighborhood that sits on a river. Here, the elephant normally takes a dip. On one particular day, down at the river, a worn-out dog emerged from the woods.
As we come along the river's edge, the hound dog and the orangutan are looking at each other. Off, the orangutan jumps, the hound dog runs up, and they jump into each other's arms. The orangutan and the hound dog are hugging and rolling around on the ground. They just seem like they're having the time of their life. They seem like the greatest long-lost friends. It was very unusual.
After Saria met and played with her canine friend down by the river, the handlers assumed the dog would find its way back to its hunting pack. But Roscoe, as he was eventually named, wasn't having any of that.
The facility gates are tight, but not sealed tight, and the hound dog presses through the gates. We ride back up into the facility, we take him back outside and say, it's okay, go on, go home, find your pack. And he circles around to the other gates and he comes back in again. He finds the orangutan habitat. He goes up there and immediately Surya, the orangutan boy, he's got his big biscuits, his monkey biscuits, and he's feeding biscuits to the hound dog, who's obviously very hungry. And we're stuck with the hound dog now.
Surya also has an incredible thing, and that is sharing. If I feed Surya, he has to give half of his food to Roscoe.
Doc Andel says the orangutans at the park are very generous.
If you give an orangutan a candy, it will often break it in half and hand you back half of it.
Now Roscoe is part of the family, and he and Surya get to spend time together every day.
They like playing in the yard too. Surya loves just rolling around with him in the yard. He grabs a hold of Roscoe's leash and takes him for a walk.
Come on, hound dog! Good boy.
Just anything that they can do together, I think they enjoy, even if they just lay down together and hug. Good kids.
I think that Roscoe and Surya have a relationship that has a lot of attributes of fun and interaction for each other that they don't get from everyone else. The two of them seeing each other and becoming inseparable instantaneously is so unusual that they would immediately just be in each other's arms, swapping spit and just licking and holding on to each other and not caring about being released and just playing like that is incredibly unusual.
Roscoe is a fully grown dog, but at 6, Surya is still growing. By the time he is 15, he could weigh 200 pounds and have a 2-meter arm span. Moksha Baibi hopes that as Surya grows larger, she will learn to be gentler with Roscoe.
I really hope that I don't have to separate Surya and Roscoe. I've seen other orangutans that have, kitty cats as pets when they're adults. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Generally, orangutans live much longer than dogs. A dog will live for an average of around 10 years. An orangutan can live to 60.
Well, an orangutan at 6 years old, at Surya's age, would actually leave mama and he would go out and live on his own. So he's gonna get older, he's gonna get a little more aloof, and so I'm hoping when Roscoe does pass that Surya won't notice as much. Also, we're hoping to enter him into a breeding program, and at that point in time he'll hopefully be hanging out with a female orangutan that he cares for a lot.